after the Timberwolves beat the Lakers in Game 4, it was so weird to me to hear people on TV saying, oh, the Lakers are still going to win in 7. We had Shannon Sharp saying, I think Mad Dog Russo said it too, as if both of them were completely oblivious to the fact that this Lakers team had a lot of problems. So many problems that now they're actually going to Cancun after 5 games. Now look, there's quite a few reasons why the Lakers ended up losing the way that they did. JJ Redick deserves some blame for it. The fact they don't have a real center, deserves some blame for it. But this video is entirely about Luka Doncic. Because in a really weird way, at least in my opinion, Luka Doncic has been hurting his teams almost as much as he is helping his teams. Look, before we get into everything, what's good, guys? It's DemiM7. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean everything to me. Now, to give some fairness to Luka Doncic, yesterday he did hurt his back. He took a hard fall after driving into the basket, and you could see it. He was hobbling a little bit. He wasn't 100% after that fall. I completely understand that. But the biggest issue with Luka Doncic was very prevalent even before he took that fall. And it's his defense. I keep seeing people online and people on TV talk about how, Luka Doncic took the Mavericks to the finals. And that is true. Luka was phenomenal and helped his team get to the finals last year. But what everyone has seemingly forgotten is that Luka is also the reason why they lost the finals in 5 games. Because there's really no other way to put this. Luka's defense was and has always been atrocious. His complete inability to play defense, or maybe even his total unwillingness to play any defense, on top of the fact that he just constantly whines and complains about foul calls, was the biggest reason why Dallas got smoked in the finals last year. And to give some extra context, because people always bring up that Luka was so good that they went to the finals, they also had a better team with the Mavericks last year. I don't think it's much of a debate to say that last year's Mavericks team was better than this year's Lakers team. Because last year's Mavericks team had guys like Kyrie Irving, PJ Washington playing great, Derek Lively, and Dallas Gafford, 2 very athletic and very capable big men. They also had some great role players coming off the bench to make up for Luka's horrible defense. That's precisely why they were as successful as they were last year. But in the finals, we all saw it. Luka was just bad. The Celtics constantly targeted him on the offensive side of the ball because they knew he couldn't do anything about them. Which brings me to this year, specifically this series with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And again, let me be clear. I'm not blaming Luka solely for why the Lakers lost the way that they did. But even the biggest of Lakers fans have to be honest with themselves and say the truth. Luka's horrible defense is a giant problem. He's frankly legendary offensively. I mean, this guy can still get 30, 40 whenever he wants in any way that you want it. But his defense was also so awful that he's a complete liability on the other side of the court. Now, listen, we all have trashed on Nico Harrison for the trade because frankly, it was a bad trade. They didn't get enough back for someone like Luka Doncic. But admittedly, Nico Harrison maybe wasn't as crazy as we all initially thought that he was for trading Luka. I'm not saying he was right. I'm not saying he should have traded him. I still think Dallas should have kept him. But I'm just saying we see the issues that Nico saw as well. Now, because the Mavericks were so successful last season, even though Luka was playing the way that he was playing on defense, it's not crazy to think that the Lakers can find ways to build around him even with that deficiency. I mean, the Lakers could make some moves to help him there. The Lakers could get a quality big man and a couple of nice versatile wings to help in that area. And then before you know it, maybe the Lakers will be even better and maybe even get to a conference finals. But the entire point of this video is Luka Doncic is unbelievably great at basketball, and he's only 26 years old. His skill set, his talent, his abilities on offense is so legendary. It's historically great. Meanwhile, his defense is historically bad. If Luka were just somehow able to become just an average defender, I mean, dude, the Lakers will be unstoppable. He'll be unstoppable. He'll be an MVP. He'll be the epitome of greatness, and there's nothing that I want to see more for this guy. I just think he needs to work on that this offseason, work on his conditioning, and work on his defensive effort. Because if he doesn't, as much as Luka Doncic is an addition on the court, he's also probably equally just as much of a subtraction. Please let me know in the comments what you think about Luka and the Lakers. And until next time, peace.